Yeah, I don't see him lighting up either. So maybe he's
Oh,
having.
wait, can you hear me now?
There we
Hey,
go.
there we go. Fantastic.
What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Pretty good. We're great here. We just wanted to, kind of chat with you. You and I talked a little bit earlier, and I wanted to get kind of your predictions on this tournament. Have you seen the brackets for this yet?
I mean, I looked at my name. I didn't really care about the other one.
Ooh, all right. Well, if we pull up the brackets, we've got, of course, yourself versus Check6 Mystic in that first bracket. We'll get back to that matchup in a second. We have Complexity Minigun, a teammate of yours, versus Check6 Major, or as he's called now, Terran. How do you think that one's going to turn out?
Mini's going to destroy him.
Minigun's going to destroy him? All right. So we have we're going 2-0 here or 2-1?
2-0.
2-0. Okay. And if we jump to the next bracket place, we've got Gosu, Namcher versus Binksky. Binksky did pretty well last one. Not a player I've had a lot of familiarity with. And, Gosu Namcher, of course, from Team Gosu. So Team Gosu's got some decent people on there, right?
Yeah, definitely. Between those two, I don't really know. I'm not super familiar with either player.
All right. And then we've got Violet, who's won the past couple of them, versus Ostajoy, who is actually one of the top Zergs on the ladder right now. Have you run into him on the North American ladder, Ostajoy? Ostaji, rather?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? All right. Well, he played some good Zerg stuff, but of course Violet. You've probably run into Violet on Korea and ladder before. Have you played him before at all?
Yeah, I've played him a couple of times. He's pretty good. I mean, he's Korean.
Okay. All right. So back to your match against Mystic here. You and Mystic have actually played a couple times before, and I think who's up in that record for tournament play? Is that you or is that him? I think he.
Well, we played. Okay, so we played the ace match in a CSL where I beat him, and then we met in a tournament a couple weeks later, and he beat me.
All right.
And I think that's the only times we've actually played. And after I beat him today, we'll be all even.
All right. After you beat him today, and that's going to be a 2-0 out of you, right? I thought I heard that earlier.
With cheese on top.
Yeah, I mean, we might throw it to a third game if I get a little bored or something.
If you get bored and maybe go for like Mass Reaper.
Yeah, or Battlecruiser Rush, or something that has a low chance of succeeding.
Yeah, cattle bruisers always a great unit to make. Maybe not against Mystic though. We'll have to see. I hear that if you're really good with Queen Micro, you can kill cattle bruisers with queens.
Yeah, Battlecruisers are actually the worst unit in the game.
Yeah.
And it's insulting when people make them.
It's even in TVT when they have the Viking lead.
No, TVT is okay.
Oh, okay. Just in TVZ.
In TVP.
Yeah, TVP. All right, man. Well, the other thing we kind of wanted to talk about, and I'm going to let Rance take a little bit of the floor on this because he has been in esports for literally probably like 3 or 4 times longer than I have. So let's talk a little bit about MLG and canceling shows. What Rance?
I mean, I guess we just kind of dropped, let the cat out of the bag there. I mean, really, I wanted to get a pro player's take on maybe the MLG situation. Meaning this, I think, Gwyn's right. I've been around the block a few times, whereas, he might be trying to go for his first foray into becoming a professional esport guy. I have the been there, done that T-shirt, and I'll submit to the quorum that maybe, my idea of this MLG move is more like what is a natural progression for a company that is funded largely by VC that is not necessarily in the black yet. For instance, if they have a good year, they decide to invest in something like, say, quote-unquote editorial content. They gave it a year, they give it a while, anyway, generally. And after they saw the numbers that came out during that period, then they decided, okay, well, that's not as lucrative as obviously the tournament stuff, so they're just going to get rid of it. For me, it's definitely a decision on that level. What I'm curious about from you, QXC, is, how do you think this is going to affect the scene? Do you think it's going to affect specifically editorial-type content? How do you think this could possibly change shows or kill shows?
Yeah, let's just be real honest here. I have never watched any of the shows that NLG is canceling, so I don't know anything about them, nor do they particularly interest me. So I'm not really sure on what the effect of that on the community at large would be.
Do you feel like many players share the same sentiment as you as toward the analysis of the games and such? Like it's not very important. It's not a destination.
I mean, kind of. Okay, so basically, my take on the shows is virtually none of the pros watch them, except for the ones that are actually on the shows or actively engaging in them. That's kind of the feeling I get. And it's more like the analysis, the talking about the game and stuff, that's more stuff that either lower level people are looking at as entertainment in addition to watching games, or a player might watch if they know they're being featured. Like when Day9 did a special on like one of my games, sometimes I would watch part of that just to see what he had to say.
Sure.
Oh, okay. So when I remember you did an appearance on the Day9 Daily quite a while ago, actually. On one of those Friends Day Wednesdays where he looked at some of your TVP. So you watch that one, but other than that, you don't really watch the Daily or Day9's content. That's what we're hearing?
Yeah, pretty much. And
all right, that's interesting.
Like I don't know if that's different for other players because I'm full-time student. So just in terms of how I value my time, like I do homework, I sleep, I eat, I play StarCraft. And there's not a whole lot of time to just sit back and kick it and watch some shows or whatever.
All right.
I've got a lot of time for shows, and to a certain extent, I agree. I feel like me as a newbie, I play at a gold. I just on the 5th season here, I went random, and I'm in gold now, and that's where I'm going to be kicking it this latter season apparently, unless I go on a tear. For a guy like me, I do find certain segments of these shows valuable, but more so for me, and it's probably a big reason why I do this show, is to be able to watch these players specifically, and maybe not necessarily the analysis of such. So I would agree with you there, QXC. Hey, by the way, if you're just joining us, guys, this is Rance and Gwin. You're watching The Rundown. We're before matches, and we've got one of the players in the tournament tonight, QXC, on the horn with us. He's dropping some knowledge.
Yeah, man. So this is Gwin here. Rance just jumped off, and I mean, we've kind of covered some match predictions. So QXC, I mean, if we have to take it to, let's do a finals prediction here. Who do you think's going to take it, man? Is it you? Is it going to be Violet? Are we going to get one of these? Is Major gonna pull out a win? Is Minigun going to defeat you in the semis when you're against him? How's that going to work out?
I mean, I'm not going to predict my own downfall.
Well,
I would say probably either of the 8 people, I think either me, Mini, or Violet has the best chance of winning it. The actual person, I don't know. Just play the games. I don't like thinking too much about what could be.
All right, man. And a little bit of TVZ out of you first, and then we might see some TVT. Talk a little bit about mech versus bio. I know this has kind of been a debate started by our dear friend Artosis. Mech versus bio in TVT.
TVT. I mean, for me, basically what happened was the pre-igniter nerf came when I was in school, and I didn't have time to continue to improve my mech and adjust to it, and bio just suddenly got a lot stronger, so I switched to bio pretty quickly. I think they're both viable. I think they're both good. Some maps are favoring of different styles. Yeah.
All right. All right, man. Well, it's it's great to have you on the show. We got to get started with games soon, so I'm going to wish you best of luck against Mystic. I hope we see some great games out of you. I hope we see some great games out of everyone. Do you have any shout-outs before we jump to games?
Just shout out to my fans, my friends, my team, Complexity, our sponsors, Creative, PNY, Sound Blaster, Origin, QPad, Nation Voice. Just thanks to everyone who's been supporting me.
Right on, guys. Go ahead and add us on Skype too, everybody. It's account name Rundown Rants, and we're actually gonna. We were actually into the Skype thing last week, so we're just gonna go ahead and open it up throughout the show here. So just go ahead and add the account. Thanks a lot, QXC. We'll see you in the tournament tonight. Looking forward to it, buddy.
All right, man. So we'll see your games, and thanks for jumping on the show. Best of luck.
Sounds good.